And welcome back to the finals of the Mox Masters March event. We've had quite a long day to get here, and we've seen a ton of slogs, mid-range cedh left and right, and we have our final four contestants, and the mid-range does not stop here. We have Dargo Thrasios in the hands of Freedom Waffle. We have Ian, who's surprised to see that name, with Kennen Bonder Prodigy. And we have double Blue Farm, Timna the Weaver, Crom Ludovic's Opus in the hands of Jay and Gingy Brute in the finals. A lot of blue, a lot of fair magic, a lot of partners, Mike.
A lot of partners for sure. This is the future. We've been saying it, eventually TNK is going to take over. We got half our top four here. We got some really spicy mid-range lists here. And I'm feeling like I feel like the card of the night here in this top four is going to be Dockside Extortionist. That card is going to be messed up in this pod. I guarantee you. You got Kennen, Dargo, and two TNK lists. Dockside is going to be so messed up.
Absolutely. And worth noting as well, with Kennen in the pod, anytime you're looking at that, it's going to be a ton of artifact mana. And like you mentioned, Dockside going to be worth a ton. And you know better than anybody just how potent quick Docksides can be, as that's just kind of your namesake, put double Dockside in all your decks. But worth calling out too, Ian, no stranger to having to face down piles of mid-rangey decks. We see him time and time again get into these pods that go late, have a lot of mid-range stuff going on, and find a way to punch a hole. Kennen in particular is a deck that I think does a good job of that as well. Being able to put a Kennen into play, just kind of develop your mana and sit back and start activating. Going to be able to do that turn over turn and use that to be supplemental card advantage against all of these Timna decks and these Thrasios decks. Where do you expect him, especially sitting in second seed, to sit in this finals? Sleeping on Ian ever, bad idea, right?
You never sleep on Ian. I think it's great that he's on Kennen, that he's in the second seat. I think that's a good advantage here. A lot of TNK lists are going to search for their Mystics. There's their Mystics early, get them on to play on turn one. So being in second seat here is very, very relevant. I think it depends a lot on how the TNK lists approach this matchup. If they go for more mid-range value engines, or if they try to do a fast start, because I think that Grand Abolisher and Ranger Captain are also going to be really, really relevant here. I think they're going to be hard to interact with, and that would be a big worry for me here. But it looks like we're getting started. So
so the player's well underway. Have to imagine the turbo approach going to be stifled by a lot of the blue, but we're going to find out as Freedom Waffle going to kick us off with a Wooded Foothills being sacrificed very quickly. Going to see exactly what land we want to reach for there. No pregame action is worth noting.
Are we getting a trop or a tap breeding pool? What is happening here? Those look we're
Just
jumping ahead pretty quick. It's like,
love it.
Their main phase fetching and passing. I don't know what's going on here.
Sure. It's probably just like grab my land, go, and it looks like that's the case. This comedian almost certainly grabbing a tropical island off of that polluted delta, deploying a Birds of Paradise and a Mana Crypt as the follow-up. Some powerful mana coming out the gate strong. We mentioned that the Kennen deck, very well known for looking for hands that include artifact-based or even creature-based fast mana to power up the Kennen activation. And this is certainly a hand that does that very well, as we pass over to Jay, leading on a City of Brass.
This is a beautiful start. So Mana Crypt, obviously, busted magic card. You can't ask for much more from Kennen. So much mana on turn two. It's going to be awesome. Here we got a Chrome.
You seem like a Kennen fan. Chromax and freaking Wheel of Fortune? Just not interested in firing off the turn one wheel, huh?
We're not wheeling here. We're not wheeling.
I'm a big Kennen. 2 mana is going to make a Fellwar Stone.
Fellwar Stone, yep. Maybe not interested in going for the turn 2 wheel. Maybe there's a Mystic Remora. Yep.
You called it out.
If we're playing a wheel, we're looking for card advantage. Is there any mental missteps? We got 3 other decks that might be playing it.
Wow. And looks like with just Volcanic Island up, right? That could be like Blasts. This could be mental missteps. It could be a whole host of things.
That could be anything. And we're paying for that fish for a while.
Mental misstep is coming down from Ian. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, that's great. That's really, wow. Ian's hand. That's pretty.
Ian's hand is good. Strong. If he tapers a little bit on the mana development, we may be a little slow getting the Kennen activation started. We have some good mana to get it really kicked up, but even under Kennen, we're looking at 6, so we do need more mana. Not a lot more, but we do need more. So even though his hand's been very good up to this point, it's not all rolled up as we move to Gingy Brute, who does have a Mana Crypt of their own.
Yep.
Gonna sacrifice some Misty Rainforest.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, we got 3 cards. He's as long as he's able to hit his land drops, set up cannon activations, I think he's doing pretty okay. I think the fish would have been nice. I think maybe pitching the wheel, maybe a little bit of regret, possibly, depending what else they have in hand. Maybe they have more wheels.
I mean, how strong right does Jay's head have to be pitching a wheel to a Chrome Mox with 3 cards left and a fish as the follow-up?
They may have been relying on the Mystic Remora. Who's to say?
But like you could just pick. You can pitch literally anything that has a color on it. So either there's not a lot of spells left and it's all lands or whatever, or the hand is stacked as a turn 1
and there's
Mystic Study.
What?
Wow, that's a little bit better. And Mental Misstep doesn't get that one. We'll see if Freedom Waffle's interested in pulling the trigger on any interaction. It looks like that one just happens. Oh no, a force
There's
negation.
A force negation. Pitching a Psych Rift.
This is a lot of interaction for turn 1.
I don't get my draw. You don't get it.
This is
the players before the match were
peak
talking about a
cedh.
turn 1 or 2 Thoracle win, and instead we're just going to use all of our interaction on the draw engines early as a Chrome Mox, the follow up. Some powerful hands from these players. Disciplined mulligans all around, as you'd expect from a skilled cEDH finals pod.
That's true, and there's no Mystic Remora. Sad to see.
Sad to see. You like some Remora gameplay, huh?
I do. I kind of thought maybe there'd be a Mystic Remora or a Mystical Tutor.
Oh, how about that one? Called shot from Mike. Turn 2 Dockside.
I'm calling everything. Dockside for 5 on turn 2. What do we think we're doing here? Are we
Oracle, what happens next? You have it all. You have it all rolled up. What happens next?
We just lost a force negation. We just lost a mental misstep interaction. They didn't protect their pieces. If you have stuff here, there's a Fimage. Are we going for,
how about a second Dockside? If first Dockside's so good, what about Dockside 2?
This is so good. They just burn a bunch of interaction. It's turn 2 on the play. Dargo, I don't know what Dargo's going to do, but Dargo does some really crazy stuff with Dockside, especially you crack treasures. Suddenly Dargo costs 0. We have a Displacer Kitten in play.
Okay, so now every spell makes a Dockside. I think if anybody has anything left in the tank, this needs to be interacted with.
Is there? So is Displacer Kitten is non-creatures? It's non-creatures. So it doesn't go infinite. We have Training Grounds.
Well, no, yeah, it doesn't go infinite, but it just it goes.
Flicker Dockside.
Big.
Right?
I mean, what do you mean? It makes a bunch of mana. Every card is a ritual.
Cast Thrasios, pay 2. Just look for more Eldritch Evolution.
Eldritch Evolution. Are we done? Are we just done? What is this grab?
Trigger targeting
for 4. I get 3 or 4. What are we looking for? Is there a creature sack outlet? Anything like that?
We're looking at Endurance, Eternal Witness. Bergie?
Does Bergie do it?
Does Bergie do anything?
Cannon for a bunch of thrust activation? That doesn't seem that good.
It could be Selvala.
I want to know. They're okay. He's saying I am F6.
Could be Kitten, makes a ton of mana. I don't know.
Was there a Flusterstorm cast? Did I miss that?
I don't see a Flusterstorm. Oh, there is a Flusterstorm. That one got.
Yeah, makes sense. The Eldritch got countered. It appears.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, there was a Flusterstorm. There was interaction. He chose not to protect the Rhystic Study.
Yeah, Flusterstorm doesn't hit any of the Dockside stuff. And Underworld
Breach.
Revealed off of Thrasios. Cast it, make more mana. What does it do? Just Eldritch Evolution again?
It makes more mana.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it makes more mana. Everything.
That's all that matters. You make more mana. You figure it out later. The Thrasios and Training Grounds. Who cares? We're making mana. We're activating Thrasios. This is insane.
This is so insane. I've never seen so many Thrasios activations on turn 2, just like manual mode. Like not even infinite. We're just manual.
Yeah, Cyclonic Rift. We're just gonna like bounce a birds, make 5 mana. Now we can flashback Eldritch Evolution for a win. What are we looking for here?
I mean, what's the win?
I have no idea. I don't know how this deck works. Are we finding Kennen for more mana?
I don't know. You seem so confident. You know how the work. And you've predicted everything else so far.
Spellseeker.
It's a lot of mana.
We're getting Spellseeker. I don't know what we're getting.
There is a Spellseeker in the deck. That grabs Brain Freeze, and then Brain Freeze makes mana off Dockside, and that's just it.
Yeah, we got it.
It's just.
I think we found it.
Holy cow! We were talking about a turn 2 Thoracle win, and it's not a Thoracle win, but it's a win.
Yeah, sorry. I'll activate Thrasios.
Yep.
I'll activate Thrasios. Yeah, sure.
Tinderwall.
More on the house. So
more mana.
Everybody else just came out the gate swinging. All these strong hands are Dargo Thrasios player. Turn 1 Volcanic go. Turn 2. Okay, thanks for using all your interaction, guys. Kill you.
I'm gonna cast Mark.
Yeah, I was just thinking that like turn 1 land nothing. Turn 2 Dockside has to be like the best possible thing after that. There's a reason they kept the hand. on the play.
I mean, yeah. What hands do you keep to go land go? If you're in a finals pod, you're with a stacked like the best of the best in the tournament. You know, playing good decks, running hot, playing well. If you're doing that and somebody goes, well, can it go? It's either interaction or something real messed up's coming on too that almost certainly involves Dockside, like you called out, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
And there's a Mox Opal. This is 6 mana for 0 mana.
Chain of Vapor, that's a lot of mana for not very much mana at all.
So the craziest part of all of this is that through all of this, the Mystic was countered and the Ristic was countered. The two things that maybe would have found free interaction and maybe stop were both countered, and not by them.
Yeah, well, the Eldritch Revolution was countered too. I mean, to Ginger's credit,
that's true.
There was more in the tank. There was a Flusterstorm, but the problem is Flusterstorm doesn't touch Dockside Extortionist. As Kinnon's added to the mix, that makes a lot more mana off of these treasures. Jeweled Lotus going to be a 0 mana, make a ton of treasures, and I don't even know if there's a way to brick from here.
I will activate.
You have to be really unlucky, but
I mean, just 2 treasures makes
any spell just makes 5 mana.
Put that on the bottom. Reveal.
This feels like Paradox Engine. There's Brain Freeze.
Oh, there's a Brain Freeze. So I'm not great at math, but so check it out. Lotus Petal, Brain Freeze, Underworld Breach, right?
I think the math adds up here.
That seems like a cedh combination to me, and
I believe so.
If nobody's like sandbagging a Mind Break Trap or something, we're just done.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Did we just turn 2 kill? I'm
just in disbelief. Killing a pod of 4 blue decks.
I have 4 blue decks that all have busted starts.
Interaction were used on turn 1. What?
Yep.
All of it leads up to this for a turn 2 kill by the Thrasios Dargo deck.
Yeah.
And this is the second time we're going to see a Thrasios Dargo deck winning Mox Masters. Is all of cedh just sleeping on this deck? Where's the respect for Dargo Thrasios? Who talks about this deck? Has anyone talked about this deck? Nobody
it just shows up and
Everybody
wins.
talks about Blue Farm. Nobody plays it. And here it is, just crushing our events, winning the finals yet again. Turn 2 doesn't need anything else. We got it. Dockside done.
Hey,
we're done.
That's it. That's the game.
We're done. There it is.
Yeah,
there
I'm
it is.
happy for that.
We're just done. That's
good game, everyone.
That's insane.
Hey, man.
I guess Kinnon kind of won too. There was a Kinnon in play as well.
Yeah, well, you can have second place again. You did it.
Secret Commander Kinnon. We'll go with that. I don't even know what to say. I mean, you see all day long, we hyped it up. We saw mid-range, and we looked like we were going to see that too, starting out with some strong hands, Mystic or Aristic studies. Nope, those just got countered. We're just done. And incredible work by Freedom Waffle, punching the hole, seeing, I mean, all the interaction was used. And okay, I mean, y'all going to do that? No skin off my back. Kill you.
We talked about how good Dockside was going to be in this pod. And they were, I mean, that was correct. They kept the hand with turn 1 nothing. Relying on Dockside, knowing that Dockside was going to be good in this pod, and it paid off immensely. It set them up for the win. I mean, that great keep, great play. Obviously, the deck choice is good. That is very, very impressive.
Incredible
from Mr. Waffle.
This is just something we see over and over again. People talk about the only reason quick wins happen, all this kind of stuff. It's Thassa's Oracle. People focus on Thassa's Oracle, but I think a lot of the savvy cedh players, especially you, I mean, I know you more than anybody, focuses on Dockside Extortionist as a card that really breaks open a lot of matchups that otherwise wouldn't, right? Like being able to make that much mana and do these kinds of messed up Displacer Kit and stuff, a lot more powerful than the fact that we see things like Thassa's Oracle. And this deck was able to do all this, make it this kind of a deep run, not even putting the card in the deck. We don't even play Thassa's Oracle in this deck. It's all off the back of Underworld Breach, Dockside Extortionist, Thrasios, like all of those pieces working in conjunction. And I think when you get entrenched in cedh, that's when you begin to level up and realize what matters is not just quick combos with things like Thassa's Oracle, even things like Ad Nauseam, big investment, really risky. These low to the ground creature style strategies that Dargo and Thrasios bring to the table is very much what cedh is about. And I mean, even someone like Ian made another great finish on a creature deck in cedh, as he continues to do. That's what the format's about when you start playing at a high level.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a really unexplored deck. Creatures continue to be hard to interact with, and we see it again. I'm gonna be proxying this list up. That's for sure.
I mean, we gotta get on the channel. We come on. Yeah. We hadn't been able to mention get some on there, but clearly this deck's being slept on. Incredible performance from Freedom Waffle. Great work, and obviously the title of champion and a qualification into the Playing with Power Invitational coming to Freedom Waffles. So thank you all for watching, and cedh can bring you those long games like you saw in the semifinals, or sometimes games just end on turn 2, and that's really the beauty of the format, that range of gameplay it offers. And of course, now you can get to bed a little bit earlier. So thank you all for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure to host March Mox Masters with the entire Playing with Power team. Shout outs to everybody that has been involved in making this happen. Webcam tournaments are no easy thing to put on, and we really appreciate all of your support. Make sure to follow, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, support Playing with Power however you can. It's what makes content creation possible. Thank you all again, and we'll check out y'all next time.
Yep. Freedom Pancakes is in shambles tonight. Waffles.
Waffles better than pancakes. I mean, I'm a Waffle House over IHOP guy, so it plays.
Same. Be a hater. I don't care. Food's good.
You can't hate from outside the Waffle House. You can't even get in.
So true.